George Knight thought he had his future mapped out, but one rejected offer changed everything. He had his heart set on buying Walford East, convinced it was the fresh start he needed. Then the deal fell apart. Just like that, the door slammed shut, leaving George frustrated and scrambling for options he never wanted to consider. That's when Nicola Mitchell stepped back into the picture. Pregnant with George's child and very aware of his desperation, she made an offer that sounded generous on the surface. She'd lend him the money to secure the restaurant. No banks, no delays, just her. But George wasn't fooled that easily. Billy Mitchell had already planted a seed of doubt, warning him that Nicola never does anything without an angle. And when Billy warns you, it's usually for a reason. Nicola tried to dress it up as strictly business, even pointing out she doesn't hand out favors like this to just anyone. George shut her down fast. If he needed a loan, he'd go to a bank. The tension was thick, especially with Billy listening nearby. Nicola didn't hide her anger, snapping that George could find some other mug to bankroll his dreams. It was clear this wasn't just about money anymore. Still, the doubt lingered. George couldn't shake the feeling that he might be making a huge mistake. A conversation with Sam Mitchell only made things messier. She reminded him they were about to have a child together. George knew that was exactly the problem. Being tied to Nicola financially felt like handing her leverage, and he didn't trust that for a second. She could call it business all she wanted, but nothing between them was ever that simple. By the end of the night, George cracked. At Harry's barn, he swallowed his pride and asked Nicola if the offer was still on the table. She didn't rush to answer. Instead, she enjoyed the moment, knowing she had the upper hand. When George tried to set boundaries, insisting everything had to be above board, Nicola played innocent, agreeing to contracts and repayment plans, with a smile that didn't quite reach her eyes. Then came the comment that changed the tone completely. If he signed a contract with her, he'd better stick to it. "If you like your kneecaps," she joked. George laughed, but it was uneasy, forced. The kind of laugh you give when you're not sure if someone is kidding or quietly warning you. They shook hands, but the deal didn't feel sealed. It felt dangerous. Because the real question isn't whether Nicola was joking. It's whether George just signed himself into something far bigger than a business partnership, and whether he'll regret